Storybox Audio. 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 Storybox Audio.
Next. You can do it. Habits. Okay. Habits are big, right? We need to be careful with our habits and what kind of habits we develop. Some of us have real bad habits, right? Just me. Okay. What's next? Lifestyle. And my favorite results is the name of the game. I don't like that. So we're going to take it off. And we're all trying to get somewhere. So I was thinking about this, about what we do here. Every 90 days, I go through this series of how to get you started from wherever you are, usually broken, sad, and in the wilderness somewhere. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from prison or a rehab center. It can be that you're just trying to find direction in life. This is awesome when young men just start seeking direction in life. You know. But no matter where you're from, you have to start a process. And this process that the reason what I want to share with you today is kind of like what we're here. I'm going to talk a little bit about results and lifestyle. Just to remind you, many of you already know this. I started 28 years ago in a prison cell, lonely, depressed, broken, not knowing if my life could actually change. And I started thinking about what was I going to do? Started reading books in prison. And I learned this new word that I had never really heard of. It's called personal development. Who's ever heard that word before? Yes. Well, had you heard this word before? Personal development. So this word personal development was something that I didn't know, I didn't understand. And really, this class is all about personal development. That's what it's all about. I personally have come to believe that most people's problems can be solved if they start working on their personal development. And I want to touch on that today a little bit because this is what this class is all about. So I go through these series every 90 days, and I go through each one of these: desire, faith, because there's always new people coming in. And we're at the end of this 90-day cycle already. I think we talked about lifestyle last week. And results is what we're looking for, or should I say good results, right? We're trying to find our way somewhere. And all I want to emphasize today is what we're trying to do here and why I'm teaching everything I teach has to do with personal development. So let's talk about that for a minute. Does anybody have any questions before I get started or as I get started? Let's talk about personal development. What is personal development? I Googled it. And here's what personal development is. Personal development is a lifelong process. Did y'all get that? Lifelong process. It's something that we have to be doing consistently if we're going to grow out of the mess we're in, if we're going to grow out of the sadness we're in, if we're going to beat depression and anxiety, if we're going to win in life, you need personal development. So personal development is a lifelong process, it says, increasing self-awareness. Now, this self-awareness thing is, I'm getting a hold of it a little bit more. I didn't understand it about self-awareness. That's something that I'm looking into more. I can't explain it yet. But that's one part of personal development that I am working on personally, about looking at myself. And I get older. I'm older. I'm 62. And so when you get my age, it's kind of like you start thinking, man, where am I going to be in 10 years, 20 years? And it's like, man, self-awareness. It goes on to say, acquiring new skills. That's what I'm trying to help you out with new skills. And actively pursuing continual improvement in various areas of life, both personally and professionally. That's what personal development is. You getting better. One great philosopher said, don't ask for less problems, wish for more wisdom. Y'all get that? Don't wish things were better or things were better. Wish you were better. That's personal development. That's a lot of when I talk about the mind, the way you see things. If you think you'll never change, is that a good mindset to have? No. You have to work on that. That's personal development. If you don't have much faith in yourself or in God or in the process, do you think that's a good way to live? No, that's personal development. If you always had a bad attitude, right? Always angry, always blaming people, is that a good way to live? Well, most of us would say no. That's personal development, self-awareness, figuring out what's wrong with us. And this is what this class is all about. Personal development. Let me read a few more other things about personal development. Personal development is also known as self-development or personal growth. It involves the growth and enhancements of all aspects of your person, the feelings of the person has about himself and herself. That's kind of what I just said. And their effectiveness in living and how you live. Personal development covers activities. Now I'll give you some activities that it covers. It covers activities that improve. There's that word again, self-awareness. That's why I want to work on it. I've come across that word several times this week. Your identity. Develop talents and potential. Build human capital. That's interesting. Does anybody know what that means? Building human capital? That's an interesting word. Wow. That's kind of like what it means. It means capital means in general in the financial world. What does capital mean? Money, right? Well, human capital means that you have friends. No, no, no. You don't want to sell your friends. No, it means that you have friends that'll help you. Like you, Frank. You have friends around you that help you, right? That's personal capital. It's human capital. I mean, that's human capital. You have people that support you, that pray for you, that believe in you. We need that. So that's what personal development is. So what I wanted to do is just get you guys thinking about where you're going. Think about the goals that you had. I had you guys, some of you write some goals when we started in January. And I want you to just start thinking about this because we're going to start this series again. So I can start making more sense to you, especially if you stick around. By the way, Mr. Gomez, walk in here. I have your 90-day challenge, sir. Brought 90-day challenge copies. Anybody have any questions? Because I want to read something to you. We're going to discuss it. I want some feedback from you. Because where are you today in your personal growth? Where are you today in your relationships? Where are you today in your peace of mind? Your faith? Where are you today? What kind of lifestyle are you living that's going to take you to the results that you want? Better results in life we want, right? Right? Better results than what we have now? I would hope so. Maybe you want a little bit more money in your bank account? A better job? Better health? That's a really, really good one. I gained 5 pounds. That's not good. I'm trying to go like this. That was during Christmas, still trying to get rid of them. But see, this is the kind of stuff that we really don't think about. Personal development, attitude. I mean, we don't think about it this way. It's so important to come to church, come to this class. You start learning about how to change your life. So I was reading this article. It's not an article. It's more of a statement by Jim Rohn. And I really like reading a lot of stuff. I've read a lot of books and articles and heard a lot of his training. Jim Rohn was a great philosopher of business and life and change. And he wrote this reflection on lifestyle. And this is what prompted me to talk about today as I'm at the end of this series of this 90-day program that we do here. Because the whole idea of what I'm doing, again, repeating myself again, is I want to help you change your life, make your life better. Lifestyle is something that, well, let me read it. Lifestyle is a reflection of who you are, is the name of this article. Lifestyle is a reflection of who you are. The reason lifestyle, I want to end with lifestyle this evening, is because your lifestyle is what's going to take you to your results and to your destiny. It all depends on how you live. Let me repeat that. Where you wind up in life will all depend on how you live. So let's look at that a little bit. How we live. Here we go. He says, our lifestyle communicates a clear message about who we are and how we think. Your lifestyle communicates something. When people see, that's why people, when you ask somebody about a friend or, hey, do you know that guy? Oh yeah, he's like this. And you describe certain aspects about him. What you're describing is his lifestyle, his character, right? Like someone that's always late. You know that. Someone that's always early. You know that. They have a certain lifestyle. Well, listen to this. He says, our lifestyle communicates a clear message about who we are and how we think. Lifestyle is where we go, what we do, and how we feel once we get there. Lifestyle. Think about it. What kind of lifestyle do you have? Lifestyle is how you dress, right? If you see somebody, and we do, right? A lot of people, green hair, all kinds of medals in their faces, big earrings like this, long. I mean, they have a certain lifestyle, right? Now, I'm not saying nothing bad about it. I'm just saying you just know there's a certain lifestyle, right? Or a certain image, self-awareness that they want to present. Lifestyle has to do with how you dress, what we drive, and the type of entertainment we choose to enjoy. Lifestyle. Lifestyle is a mixture of substance as well as style, refinement as well as intellect, emotional control in times of challenge, as well as emotional release in times of joy and happiness. I'm reading that and I'm like, what? I'm trying to help you think here for get out of ourselves and start growing. Successful people and those who in serious pursuit of success or change and to communicate the level of sophistication and intelligence they have managed to acquire. How they conduct themselves leaves little doubt about the intensity for personal development and personal achievement. I remember reading things. I'm reading it and I'm trying to understand exactly what he's trying to say. But this is how you're going to grow when you challenge yourself. Let me read that again. Successful people and those who are serious or those in serious pursuit of success and change. Who's in pursuit of success and change in here? Anybody? I know I am. Okay. Then you should be communicating through your lifestyle a certain level of sophistication and intellect. In other words, you should be acting a certain way. You should be asking certain questions. Somebody should be able to say, there's something different about you. Wow, you don't drink no more? You don't go to a club no more? As Christians, that's how, it's going to be. You don't cuss no more? Right? It depends on your lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle you want? What you're trying to pursue. It says how they conduct themselves leaves little doubt about their intensity for their personal growth and personal development. You can know that there's something about him or about her that he's trying to achieve. Everything about us is sending a message to others about our level of intensity. Every time I talk to someone that kind of knows me, not don't really know me, but they know me, and they always just assume I'm always busy. Well, their assumption is right. I'm always busy. It's like everything. For me, the way my lifestyle is always what I'm teaching here. This is why this might sound boring to you, but this is exciting to me, and I'm glad that you take a few minutes to listen to me. Because let me ask you a question. Has anybody learned anything here in the last few minutes just by what I've been reading? Yes. Personal development. The things we do, the things we say, even our appearance suggest an inner attitude about life. Lifestyle. If we are spending more time, listen to this, and here's some rocks. I'm going to throw some rocks. Y'all ready? No, here you go, guys. Remember, we're talking about results through your lifestyle because you're going to get somewhere through your lifestyle. I'm trying to help you picture how you need to live. I'm hoping that you choose to live a lifestyle of trying to be a better person, trying to change your life. If we are spending more time, or if we're spending more money on donuts than we do on books, that suggests something about the sincerity of our health and the desire for personal growth. Whether we spend an evening in front of the computer screen or a TV screen. Well, now we spend, hours here, right? That says something about your personal growth. Now I know, I talk a lot about the phone sometimes and how we have to be really careful with the phone. I do everything on my phone now. Business people are always on their phone. But there's some people that don't have money that are always on their phone, that don't have a business that's always on their phone, that are broke and lonely and depressed and always on their phone. There's got to be a correlation there somewhere. So there's some things that we have to change to help you. Whether you spend evenings every evening in front of the computer or TV, or talking to your children and having fun with your family. Lifestyle is a function of attitude and personal values. We can all afford to live better. We can all afford to live better. Watch, this is going to get a little deeper, guys. It doesn't take more money to live better or to change our lives. Remember, I started in a prison cell. It takes more deliberate thought and a greater appreciation of the values, of real value of life. Do you value life? Do you value yourself? Do you value your family? Do you value what you have, your health? Do you value? See, as hard as this is for me to say, I didn't used to value anything. I didn't know how. Because we're so focused inwardly on ourselves. And if you're just focused on yourself, and it's interesting to say that because I'm talking about personal development, right? But personal development has to do with how you see and how you value not only yourself, but others. I guess that's why I'm spending so much time on this idea of personal development, because that's what we're doing in here. I don't know if you realize that that's what we're doing in there. I mean, where else do you hear about this stuff? Tell me. Have you heard this in the last month, last year, anywhere? No. Personal development? Nobody's out there, in the club talking about, hey, how's your personal development? No, barbecuing at home with drinking a few beers and, hey, how's your personal development? No. This is something that has to be sought out. This is something you have to care about. Lifestyle? Lifestyle means designing ways to live more uniquely. It is a skill to be mastered, not a condition to be pursued. Oh man, I used to read stuff like that and what? Let me read that. Lifestyle means designing ways to live more uniquely. I'm trying to figure that out. How to have a better relationship with my wife, with my son. It's hard. It is a skill to be mastered, not a condition to pursue. In other words, it's kind of like the saying that says like this. And when I heard it, I said, wow, that's powerful. That's the first time that I realized, I am successful in life. Because success is not a destination. Because once you get there, you'll be bored. Success is a process. It's an attitude. It's a perspective. It is finding new ways to bring joy and pleasure, excitement and substance into our lives and into the lives of those who we care about while we're working on our goals. Lifestyle. Any questions? Everybody seems stunned or bored, one or two. Wake up. Here we go. More abundant existent does not necessarily mean more. Okay, let me repeat that. A more abundant existent does not necessarily mean a more enjoyable lifestyle. In other words, having more money doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be more happy. Now, I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. Wait a minute. The first time I heard that, I said, I'd rather be miserable. Not no, but I think, but it's something that we need to deal with. It's not that I want and need more money, right? But I found out that not just because you have money will make you happy. That's the point. I mean, right now, for most of us, money will make us really happy. Yes or no? Okay. I know it would me. But money is a two-edged sword. Would you agree? I mean, how many have we seen on the stars and rich people that are miserable or commit suicide? So because it's a matter of personal development, personal growth. That's what it's trying to say. Many of us dream of becoming wealthy, having beautiful homes that others can tend to while we enjoy our free time. We dream of winning the lottery that will enable us to quit our job tomorrow and go off and pursue the good life. We dream of chauffeurs and to drive us around and servants to take care of our properties so that we can have all the time in the world to do whatever we want to do. The big question is, what would you do if that was possible? I'd like to find out. I'll figure it out. In a very short time, most of what we dreamed of one day doing would become as uninspiring as our current lifestyle. When I started first learning about this, and I even today, all this week, really this year, I've just been thinking about where I'm going to go because my birthday is in January. So every time I have a birthday, especially after when I saw that big 6 in front of mine, I said, man, that's crazy. It's insane. I really started thinking about my life, my future, and this thing of lifestyle and where am I going? And it seems like I'm still moving forward. It's like I have a lot of energy in this, so to speak. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what exactly am I trying to hit? Where am I trying to land? I mean, it's not like I have 50 more years. How old will you be in 20 years? How old will you be in 20 years? Chavarria, do you want to even think about it? There you go. I like that. Chavarria. I don't know about you guys, but I'm living to 120. Everybody gives me the same reaction, like, what? Hey, you never know. AI, Elon is out of control. A chip. Orale. So I'm planning to retire when I'm 100, so I can live the good life for the next 20 years. But seriously, I'm thinking about, where am I going to be? What do I want? And you know what I'm formulating these things. I'm actually writing this down. And I came to a few conclusions so far. Because one of the things that I'm reading this book. How many of you have read this year? Anybody reading anything this year? Yeah. I'm on my 5th book. My 5th book. That's powerful. The book, my son's going to read it. He is. I'm going to tell you which one. This really got me going. It really got me going. It's called really good book. It's called Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick McDavid. Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick McDavid. And he asked a really simple question. Well, what do you want? You know what I want? Where are you going? And I said, wow, that's a pretty good question. Where are you going to wind up? What are you trying to pursue? Is it money? Is it fame? What is it? And so then I'm starting to rewrite where do I want to get to? Is there a certain goal? For me, it's like, I want to be a certain place when I'm 65. I want to be at a certain place when I'm 70. I want to be at a certain place when I'm 75. And that's crazy to think about for me, but that's where I'm at. I'm learning about self-awareness. This is where I'm at. And so I said that I've settled on a couple of things. And one of the things that I've settled on is that I want to be right here, doing exactly what I'm doing. Just trying to help one more person. That's that. What are you going to be doing? Let me tell you a little secret that I learned a long time ago, and it's biblical. When it comes to success, when it comes to personal growth, when it comes to being happy, the best way to be happy in my opinion, and most people's opinion that are successful and happy, is when you learn to appreciate and help others. Zig Ziglar put it like this: help as many people as you can to get what they want, and you will always get what you want. That's a little piece of advice for you guys. I'm telling you, there's something about helping others. Knowing that you pushed them in a direction that they're a better person because you helped them. So I'm thinking about this, but where I want to be. I told you about those 5 guys, those 5 young men that walked into the church. They walked in on Sunday and they were there every single service: Sunday morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And last night I did push-ups for them. I do it as an illustration. And I just wired them up. They were ready. And one of those guys, last night we went up to a pizza place and it was his birthday. And he was the guy that invited everybody. And you know how when we do a birthday for someone and we sing them happy birthday and then we have them do a speech? Okay. Well, they didn't do that over there, right? But because we do it here, I said, wait a minute. We have a tradition at my church. You have to say something. And it was powerful what he said. He said, well, I started coming to church because I didn't like where I was in my home. He says, and you, pastor, helped me learn, not me, his pastor, helped me learn things that I never knew, that I wanted to change. I wanted to be better. And the reason I brought my friends is because I wanted to come here, that I found a great church. He found something to look up to, found something he could pursue. See, and for me, that's priceless. It's priceless to help another human being move forward in life. And it's interesting because it's biblical. Did you know that that's what Jesus Christ died for? So that you could have a better life. So that you could be forgiven. So that you could have hope. They asked Jesus one day, Jesus, testing him and trying him, what is the greatest commandment of all? Anybody know what he answered? I know you know, Daniel, so don't answer. And the second, love God, number 1. He said, and the second one is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. What he means, and then he said, there is no greater commandment, because on these 2 commandments lie the whole law. Meaning, if you can love God, or if you love people, that shows you love God. That's what he means. And the reward is that you feel good about doing good for others. So I said, we might all have a different opinion of what lifestyle is. Hold on. We might all have a different opinion of what lifestyle is, but hopefully we all will agree on what it's not. It is not something we get simply as a result of having more. Just because you get more doesn't mean you have a better lifestyle. You might have a nicer car, nicer house. Lifestyle is a result of living more. living more fully, living more consciously, living more joyful, living more appreciated. The more fuller we live, the more we do, the more we become. Lifestyle is not a reward for all. Lifestyle is not a reward for all of our hard effort. It is a way of making our hard effort more rewarding, more meaningful, and ultimately more productive. Anyway, I'll stop there. Personal development. This is what we're here for. So if you're, anybody have any questions? Any thoughts? Any comments? Los dejé speechless. Are you sure? All right. Then what we're going to do right now is I'm going to have Chavarria pass around our donation bucket. And I'm going to share something with you guys that I'm going to start sharing at every meeting so that you can start thinking about this. Maybe you know somebody. I brought my donation here, Chavarria. Here you go. If you guys can help us, you're welcome to. If you can't, you don't have to. Don't worry. But we do always pass around a bucket just to pick up a little bit of donations to help us keep moving forward. So one of the things that we do, again, here in Choose to Change, is I go into prisons, rehab centers. And one of the things I do is I go and do these presentations. I teach this process to men and women men in prison. The whole reason I started Choose to Change from the very beginning is because one of the things I wanted to do was go into the prison to go help them understand what it takes to change their life before they get out of prison. Because I wish that somebody would have helped me when I was in prison to have some kind of direction, some kind of place to go, something. And that's why I do that. And so then, but I found out that it's a lot of work and it takes money to go into prisons, especially the other prisons. And so I decided to start this class for people that were coming out of prison, out of rehab centers. So then we one of the things that is very necessary. Okay, let me restart this. When it comes to helping men and women in prison and rehab centers, let me tell you a sad reality. Most people don't care. Okay? If they've never been through drug addiction or didn't have a family member that is struggling, because people have their own problems in life, right? We have all kinds of problems in life, right? We have cancer. We have child abuse. We have, we can name a galore of problems that we give to, right? And what I found out and what I realized is that for people like us, ex-convicts, ex-drug addicts, people trying to make it, there's not much help. And we get lost. And I hate to say it the way I say it, but the only people that care are people like me that have been through it. And it's hard to find people that'll help us. Because I understand, I get it. There's a lot of problems in the world. And the addict and the ex-convict is kind of like at the bottom end of the need, the first thing that comes to people's mind of need. We give to, I even give to, cancer survivors, children with cancer, St. Jude. There's a lot of need, right? And so then just keep in mind that, in the next 12 to 24 months, I want to open a little sober living home to help men, especially when they come out of prison, have a stepping stone. I've written a whole thing that I need for trying to get a grant. I need somebody to help me to file a grant. We need people to help us raise money. We need people to help us and believe in what we're doing to help the ex-con and people in recovery. That's what Choose a Change does. So keep us in mind. Tell somebody about us. Let them know that what we're doing. One of the things I did not too long ago, who came to the 4 phases of addiction seminar? Who came? I got really good feedback on that. And I'll be doing another one, but not in this room. I'm going to do it somewhere else to get more awareness of what we're doing, because people need help. There's a lot of mothers, and apart from the person that's in prison and in rehab, they have families, right? There's a mother involved. There's a wife involved. There's brother and sisters involved. And that's what we do here at the Choose a Change Foundation. All right? So keep us in prayer. I hope I helped you tonight, guys. Keep working on your personal development. And I have a 90-day challenge for anybody interested in challenging yourself to come to this class and to church for the next 90 days to see what God will do for you, to see what you'll find through your little journey of life. Amen? That's all I have tonight, guys. Thank you for coming. We'll see you next week.